So I want to make this video first because I have new followers and they don't know me, and I think it's very important to know the person before buying a watch. Hi, my name is Julia, Watch by Jules. I'm a watch dealer slash watch influencer. I'm based in New York. I'm from Morocco, so I'm born and raised in Morocco. For living, I sell, trade, and buy vintage watches. So I'm a very happy person. The way you see me on camera, you see me in real. I think some of the client or some of the follower who bought a watch for me, they can say it. And I want to be like the natural I can be, because I think it's very important to have this kind of connection with people in general.
What do people misunderstand about you?
They think I'm a woman and I don't know nothing. So I had a lot of not bad reviews, but I feel like there is some people in the street that are very jealous, of me. So every time I do a comment, they think that I don't know nothing, but I understand. I'm not 10 years experience on watches, but I do know my stuff.
In this job, are you more instinctive or strategic?
I'm more strategic. I use a lot of strategy. I use a lot of common sense sometimes. It means that even when I'm buying gold, I know exactly how to calibrate how much I'm going to pay the client. And also everything is by strategy. When I have a client, I always ask for a price before opening my mouth, because I just don't want to offend the person. So everything is with strategy.
How did you learn to work like this?
It's from my parents, I think. When we were young, they were leaving us by the nanny, so we were doing everything by ourselves. And also it's the fact to have a lot of siblings, I think. So you learn from the oldest, just like a sponge, all the information, and you start having your own understanding about everything. So I think strategy is just how you think and the way you grew when you were young.
Are you an emotional or logical decision maker?
Sometimes I'm emotional, but when I'm emotional, I take my time because I know I'm emotional. But sometimes I just say it and I regret it, but I'm learning from my mistake and I'm not going to do it again.
Did confidence come with time, or are you a natural?
Oh no, me, I'm naturally confident. I don't care. I do whatever I want. It's part of my personality. When people ask me, how you like this? It's just, I was like this when I was young. I can be on camera all day. I don't care. Every video that you see online, almost, there is any script on it. It's true, no, Daji? You're filming me. It's all natural and nothing is like over-filmed. When I over-film, I made mistake. It is not a good video when I over-film.
How do you handle pressure in masculine environments?
I have a good reaction because I take decision very fast. Men, sometimes they're very overwhelmed in general. When they want to sell a watch, they want it right now. But more you have pressure, more you know that something is wrong about the deal. So you always need to take your time.
How does your feminine energy add to the job?
Most of the client that I'm getting is women. So most of the women are very comfortable to buy from women. So this is good because that was my ultimate goal when I started in this business, is to bring more women in the industry. And also there is men, they are like more confident to buy from a woman than a man. But there's men also that they just want to have your phone number, so they buy a watch from you. But I'm not talking about those kind of men. I'm talking about men that they really appreciate you as a person, so they come and they buy the watch from you.
Why bring more women to the watch business?
Because I think it's a fabulous and extraordinary business. I do vintage watches and it's art for me. So if there is women who like art and the watchmaking and also the craftsmanship, it's a very good business. I did fashion, I didn't like it because it's very competitive. Watches also, it's competitive, but at least you're making your money comparing to fashion. And also if you like history and you like story behind something, I think this is the perfect industry that you can come to. And don't worry, even if there is men, there is always room for women. And I think women excel more than men in this kind of industry, because women wants to buy from women, and they like the advice of a woman when they buy a jewelry or when they buy a watch.
What's the difference for women to buy from women instead of men?
It's a different kind of approach, you know. Me, for example, when I have women, I know exactly when they're going to use the watch, when they're going to wear the watch, how they're going to use it, the habits, because I'm a woman, so I know exactly what they need and what they don't need. Men in general, they sell watches because there is diamond, so they think women like diamond. But there is some women they like diamond. There is some women they don't like diamond. There is some women they buy watches for durability. There is some women they buy watches for an accessory. It's completely different. But when I have a client coming in, and when she's telling me about herself, first I always ask questions about herself. What do you do for a living? Where are you living? Are you a mom? You know, her social status. I know exactly which watch she's going to get from the store. And my choice is always the best. The first choice is always the best. And at the end, she's going to take the first choice that I choose for her.
What values guide you through every deal you make?
I'm very honest and transparent. I'm sure all the dealers, they're going to tell you the same thing, because they sell themselves as transparent and trust and everything. I don't lie, to be honest, because I have nothing to lie about. If the watch is aftermarket, I will say it to my client. If something happened to the watch, I will say it. You know, watches are not perfect. I'm working in a pre-owned industry. Everything is vintage, so of course the watch will have problem, but you have to mention the problem to the client before he's buying the watch. So I will not. I want to sell myself as trustworthy, but the problem is that even the trustworthy, they sell themselves as trustworthy. So I never say I swear, because the more you say I swear, you're lying. So I'm very honest, to be honest. But I don't like to lie in general. I'm not a liar. As a person, even with my friend, I never lie. I can lose $30,000 just for my reputation, and even more. I think my reputation is very important, because people, they trust me. If I messed up, it's going to cost me a lot. So that's why I don't lie. At the end of the story, even if I lie, the lie will come up, you know. Never lie. Why I'm going to lie? One day the lie can come up and my reputation will be down. My reputation is like over million of dollars. So I will not sell my reputation just to make $5,000. That's not my goal.
How do you find success in this industry?
How do you find success? I think when you're more natural and you present yourself as a very low-key person. I never judge people in general. You know, sometimes it happens to me. I see client, even if I'm gonna talk to everyone. You know, I'm not judging one because she has a Chanel bag or Hermes bag. I'm gonna talk to her. Or I have another woman, she looks low-key. I'm gonna consider them as the same level. You know, it's to be low-key and always to be proud of yourself, because if you believe on yourself is when the success comes. And to be always into myself, you know, not creating a persona like wearing big diamond just to make the buzz, you know. I'm not like this. I prefer to get lucky.
Have you ever doubted yourself in this business?
Yes, every day I doubt myself, because every day you're learning something new. This is what I like in the business. Every day some client came with watches that you never heard about, and you need to know the value very directly. So that's why it's a very strategic business in general. But to be honest, yeah, the doubt comes, but you have to take risk. More you take risk, more you make money. The hardest moment is when I start having a follower, and I had to prove to my boss Ariel that the business is changing, big change. But this transition was about 2 months, 2 weeks, and then after he realized that he has to change his business for me. But now we're good. Like it's a big challenge, you know, to change a wholesale business to a retail business. It's a lot of work because wholesale you can sell them watches broken, they're not going to come after. But retail you always have to have a customer service and always preserve the watch and do a lot of work on the watch before you sell it. So it's a different kind of business, but the transition was very good.
How do you handle stress and responsibility?
So usually in November I'm very stressed because of Christmas holiday. I work. I don't stress. I try to let out my stress and try to work. But sometimes when I have deadline, it's a lot of stress. But you know what? I have faith in God. So I say, okay, God is going to help me. I'm going to do it. So I try to let out the stress. I don't like stress because you don't do nothing. More you stress, more you block. So I try to take out the stress. I just go for a walk during the day, during the work. When I'm very stressed, I go for a walk for 2 minutes and the stress go down and I go back to the office. This is what I'm doing.
How do you handle difficult clients?
Ooh. First, I ask a very picky question, very strategic question when I have a client, and I know they are picky. So I tell them the price. If they want to negotiate, I say, no, this is the price, and I let them think about it, and they come back to me. I don't push. The difficult client, I don't push. I let them come by themselves and do the sell. If they really want to buy, they're going to buy from me. This is what I'm saying every time. If you want to buy a watch from me, I'm going to sell you a watch. I don't want to push people to come and buy and sell them watches. That's not my goal. If you really want to buy a watch, you will buy a watch, I want people to really want to, not to force them. I'm not forcing people to buy.
Do you get attached to the watches you sell?
Yes. Oh my God, this is the biggest problem I have right now. I regret. Sometimes I sell watches, I sell watches 6 months ago and I regret it. I didn't keep it. But this is an addiction. It's like the problem of this work. You want to keep every watches, but you can't. At the end of the story, you have to sell them. This is a big problem. You get emotional. I sell like some watches because I know they're rare, and I sell it to the client, and I'm very happy for the client that she got it or he got it. And then after 2 weeks after, oh, why I sold the watch, why I didn't keep it for myself. But after it goes, like, I cannot keep every watches. I will be broke at the end.
Does your personality influence the watches you wear?
Yeah.
How do you choose?
Me personally, my collection is very elegant and calm. I don't like bling bling in general. I like elegancy. So for example, I'm wearing this AP because it's tantal. It's very black. I don't know if you see it. And it's rose gold. I really like rose gold. And also it's not flashy, so I can wear it every day. I'm scared to wear expensive watches. Because I'm scared that people recognize me on the street and they just come and want to rob me. So I just wear very low-key watches in general.
What's currently your favorite watch?
For men or women?
Both.
For men, I like small watches. 34 millimeter. I like a very vintage Patek Philippe for men. Calatrava, for example, that's my favorite. All-timer. For women, what do I like? I like the Polo, Piaget Polo. All gold, I think it's a beautiful watch, to be honest.
Okay.
I like Piaget. I like a lot Piaget right now for women.
What did this job taught you, good or bad?
I'm able to hustle every day. Because when you wake up in the morning, you don't know how many sales you're going to get. You don't know. I had to learn how to do poker face. Very important. Not being emotional, because when I like something, I smile. And now I cannot smile because the client, the wholesale guy, or the dealer or the client will know that I like the watch, so he will increase the price on me. So my poker face is very important.
What advice would you give someone who wants to follow your path?
You have to listen and learn. It's very important because this is the way you're learning. But even if you think you know, you don't know. So even if you have a 10 years experience, there's still people learning about stuff. you have to surround yourself by good people. It's very important. Me, I started by working with someone because I didn't have the strength of the knowledge. But I have learned over the years, and you have to learn, you have to listen, and you have to learn from your mistake. It's very important. And also, don't trust everyone. Trust your own self. It's very important. Trust your gut. Everybody has gut. In watches, it's the same thing. Sometimes when I have to buy watches, when I don't like the face of the guy, or the guy is pissing me off and he play games, I know the watch will not sell fast. I don't know. It's my gut. Tell me that. So I'm not buying it, even if it's a good price at the end. More you spend time negotiating, less you will sell the watch. And sometimes we have a client, they come and the person is very hard, and you go over and over and over, and then at the end of the story you say, I don't want it anymore. That's it. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's not my mazal. That's why we say mazal. So more is hard to buy, less I have less chance to sell it fast. So that's why I don't want to buy it. It's one of the like I'm Moroccan, so I don't like this. If I don't have a good luck on the watch at the first time, I don't want it.
Who are you outside of work?
I'm the same as you see on video. What I'm doing outside of work, I work and I work and I work. But usually I like to spend time with family. I think family is very important. I call my mom, my dad, I talk, my sister, I see some friend, good food also.
Any inspiration outside your industry?
I think Bad Bunny inspired me. I'm sorry, I know everybody watched the Super Bowl. He inspired me because he came from nothing, and the guy after 5 years he started like singing at the Super Bowl. The show that is watched by millions of Americans. And he sing in Spanish just to sell to everyone. So I really like him because he has such a personality and he believes on himself. That's why he becomes successful like this. Okay, guys, I wanted to do this video so you know me better. We located at 36 West 47th Street, so you can come anytime buying, or I can buy you a watch, or you can buy my watch. Thank you so much for watching this video. We see you very, very soon. Thank you.